Hi, friends. Thank you for joining us today. This is ChamberCast with Kelli. This is our podcast put on by the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce, and we are sponsored by Jalal Abdallah Law. So thank you so much for being here today. We are in this beautiful space, as you can see behind us, with some amazing people in the Dearborn area. We are in the beautiful Tiliani restaurant here with Hisham.
Yes.
And I also have, and I'm so thrilled to have her. I mean, I'm thrilled to have you too, but she's fantastic. With Hanan from Detroit Halal Eats. And I just want to talk today about this awesome space, the awesome food that Dearborn and Detroit and the Dearborn area has, and just what's going on with the food scene here. Yeah. This is our first podcast with a restaurant, and I just think this is a fantastic one.
Thank you.
To do. So Hisham, what inspired you, I guess, to begin to be a chef? Because I know that you probably didn't wake up, or maybe you did when you were a child and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do some culinary work." Like, were you always interested in food?
I think it was like a little bit of subconscious and conscious thing. My dad worked in restaurants growing up.
Okay.
So a lot of his fun work stories to me and my brothers when we were younger were, the restaurant, different things that were happening in the restaurant. It was Phoenicia in Birmingham that he worked at.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
He was working for the late Samir Aid. He just passed away. But
okay.
Yeah, he just talked about the energy, the vibe, the camaraderie, like all the little stories, the old ladies smacking your hand when you went to reach for a grape leaf, and like little things like that.
Okay.
That it just made the whole world of restaurants sound like magical.
Did he cook?
No, he was a server.
He was a server.
So yeah, like I said, I fell in love with more so. The first thing was like hosting people, more so than the cooking, and then you're just like kind of having a place where the energy's bumping. But then slowly, obviously, as a fat kid, wanted to like eat as well as I could. So sometimes I cook for myself at home, or just food was always big in our family. Like, being from a Lebanese family, everything that happens is around food. Somebody dies, somebody's born, somebody arrives, somebody leaves. It's always there's always food involved. So it's just like it's always been a big part of my life, and was like I want to kind of make this as much a part of my life as I can.
So was that like during high school that you decided that, and then?
Yeah, like during high school I was like kind of thinking about it. Told my parents I wanted to be a chef, and they discouraged it. I feel like in the Middle Eastern culture, it's very encouraged to like really go for higher education.
Sure.
So and I think that the profession of chef is like growing every year, and every few years you kind of notice it's like being raised. But at the time it wasn't as much of a profession as they wanted, they're trying to go for. But early on I wanted to do it, and kind of like, not my first jobs weren't in restaurants.
Okay.
But always had that love for it. And then when I finally got a taste of it, I was like, yeah, this is it for sure.
Yeah, you did just say about your parents not wanting you to go into that, going into the higher education. That was probably before like the Food Network, and before you knew Guy Fieri, like on TV and stuff like that. So there really wasn't that. So good for you for sticking to your heart.
So and thankfully they. Like I always say, they're supportive along the way here and there. It just enough to where then once they saw it was like a real profession I want to take serious and all that. I think they're more worried of just like, don't just like cook in a restaurant and not know what you're doing in the future.
Right.
So I think just like it's important to just have a plan. Even if you're not going to go for one of those super high professions that have like a structure. Just if you're going to do whatever you're going to do, just have a plan and give it to your parents, and they they really can't complain about much as long as you kind of.
Well, that's true. You have a plan. You either go to school or you work. In our family it was but if you're not going to go to school, then you need to be working. Right. So but you're a hard worker. I know that he's one of 5 boys, the oldest of 5 boys. So that was So that's great. Now, Hanan, for those that might not know you, you run a website, social media handle, Detroit Halal Eats. So what started you to become such a voice in the metro area? Because you are a voice. Yes.
Thank you. So what started this is I think every time my friends and I would want to go out to eat, we'd look on like social media, see what looks good. Then eventually I just started posting on my own just as we go out, and it kind of grew from there.
It was very organic then.
It was very organic.
Yeah.
I ended up quitting my full-time job to do this full-time. I've been doing this full-time for about 3 years now.
Great.
Prior to that, I did nursing. And then prior to that, I also went to culinary school.
Did you? Okay. So the love of food, it came back to you.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So gosh, I mean, that really has grown because I mean, I was looking at your followers. You have over 100,000, right?
Yeah.
So you are out there, and you're. That's so cool. That's
Thank
so
you
cool.
so much.
So that's again going for your dream,
Yeah.
you know, and just just going for your dream and really kind of working towards that. But then you had to fall back to the nursing, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to have something to like lean back on.
Of course.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work out, I have something else. Now, I wanted you both together because you guys are friends.
Yeah.
So how did you meet? Give me a little bit of backstory on that. Did you come here and eat here and go, oh my God, this?
No, it was like before.
Yes. Okay. So
I used to have a restaurant called Pump 5 Grill, and it was, I think, maybe 2021, maybe. That was
COVID?
Yeah, it was like after COVID. There was this group in Ann Arbor trying to do, or like, they were doing like not really like a festival, but kind of, it was in a strip mall where a bunch of local businesses that they knew of that were, Muslim owned.
Okay. So what city was this in?
This is in Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor. Okay.
Ann Arbor. So yeah, she was there recording for some of the other businesses and kind of advertising the whole event, because it was like something they were trying to kick off in like over the Ramadan season.
I love that.
I had my Pump 5 Grill stand there.
Okay.
And we met like that. She came, tried the food, and then we then reconnected when I was opening Tiliani. Forgot how that happened though. I think
I think your partner.
Yeah, so my business partner Nasser, I think you guys were at some type of event together and all that, and then I was like, wait, he's like, hey, I talked to Detroit Halal Eats, she's gonna come and do a video on Tiliani. I'm like, wait, I know her.
Yeah.
And then
she's cool.
Yeah. So but then we reconnected when she came in.
Aww.
And it was great. We've been working together since. It's been a great friendship and business relationship. So
that's very cool. You guys are supporting each other.
Yeah. And she still impresses me every day. It's like there's a bunch of bloggers and marketing people and different like things like that. But I think what you were saying about her, like her love of food, obviously with the culinary thing, but that also gives her a little more, like more of a foundation and knowledge of like the actual food or what goals of the businesses are. Because sometimes I feel like you're not even talking about the food or anything like that. You're kind of just like displaying.
I just showcase that.
You're showcasing like the most engaging things in the business, whether it's the vibe, the drinks, or whatever.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
not
what I like
just the food. It's like when you walk into this place. So that's what that was one of my questions for you is, how do you find a place to go and do your show on? I mean, is it just by word of mouth? Is it by something that you're engaged to something in that food? You go, oh my God, I got to try this out. I mean, how do you do it? Do you reach out to the business? And
so a lot of the times they actually reach out to me, but sometimes like I'm driving around and I see something new that's up and coming, and then I like look it up to see like what it is. Because I like finding like unique cuisines.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That you just don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so getting it on someone's map, like to try.
Yeah.
So really, it's just by you really doing the deep dive
gems, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Again, that's like your passion.
Yeah. I mean, I'd moved down here recently, and I would text her all the time, like, hey, where do I get a fatouche? Like, I'm still asking her, like, like the good spots to just eat food on my own. So
we're gonna have to have a conversation, and you got to tell me like all your favorites, and then I'm gonna go after them for chamber membership if they're not members separate. That's awesome. Now Hisham, you have it's a coastal Italian food here, so there's nothing like this in Dearborn. I mean, there used to be Andiamo's, but that wasn't anything like this caliber.
Yeah.
You call it simple and proud. That is your cooking. So can you give me a little bit more, like, why is it simple and proud? What makes it simple and proud? Why is that important to you?
It's important. Well, honestly, being in Michigan, to start off, it makes it easy.
Because we have such good.
We have great produce. And we have very interesting farmers that are like, they try new things and they're experimenting. But I think like the lure of Italian cuisine is keeping it very, very simple, letting each ingredient highlight itself, but also just like taking each ingredient to its highest potential. Like I always I joke around with my mom and say like, I don't know how to cook certain dishes. I go, but if you taught me the ingredients that go in a Lebanese dish, as chefs or people that are culinarians, like, our job is to just make sure we highlight each little ingredient to its, highest potential. So like in Michigan, the ingredients have so much potential.
And that was something else I was going to let everyone know, is that you go to farmers markets. So you are literally farm to table here. People might say they're farm to table, quote unquote, but they're not. You have relationships with farmers. You go to different farmers markets. So tell us about that. I mean, that's got to be a really cool part of your job, right?
Yeah, it's the best part. It's the best part. Right? It's like
finding new things, maybe, and
just like finding it's it's like the most energizing thing I do. It's like the thing I look forward to the most is just going to the farmers markets. One, just being in the sun, all that's just like obvious, but just like being in that vibe, talking to people, learning why people are doing certain things and growing certain things. It's the best. So like we were talking about it a little bit ago, and you're like, you put in crazy hours and all that. I do, but like it's I don't know, it's very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling. And then the farming, going to the farmers markets and supporting those people and learning about all those ingredients is probably the most fulfilling part of my job. So
that is so cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, you do fresh. Where do you get this is the greatest story ever. Where do you get your olive oil from?
My grandpa. Yeah.
And where does he live?
He lives he's in Lebanon, so he planted my olive oil 50, 60 years ago.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So you just should, I mean, if you're like, oh yeah, we should go try it, you really should come and try it, because it is, that's amazing. What a story.
I know. And like, growing up, I mean, not knowing I was going to be a chef, it was still cool, but like honestly, being Lebanese, and a lot of people around this area probably can relate, or, Lebanese or Middle Eastern anyway, a lot of people get olive oil from their family every year. Everybody has their shipments of their family oil and all that. So the standard of olive oil is high, and but just like for me, I kind of took it for granted. Then going to culinary school and start talking to some of your classmates, and you're like, wait, not everybody's grandpa is growing olive oil for them.
No,
like, oh, I thought that was just normal for us.
That's your cool religion. You're cool. Like
and it makes it's like so special. I remember like the first year getting it. It's like getting the shipment here. Like I said, we've always eaten it, but then using it 100% in my restaurant it's nuts.
And kind of gifting everyone that when they come here.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Bread and olive oil. Just start of your meal. That's the first thing.
And you make everything fresh. So all your breads.
Yeah, all of our breads are made in house. I think, but before we started this, I had to jump away and get my dough going. But yeah, we choose to make everything in house. We don't have a huge menu.
Less is more. I don't need all that.
We let you have control over all the ingredients and all those things. And we're not necessarily saying it's like that the way everybody should go. But we just, like I said, just for our menu, our size of our menu, and how we want to serve, we think that's like the most ideal route for us. But it makes it special to where like everything you're serving, your hands touched it in some way, or you had some part of it.
So what is your favorite menu item that you have right now?
My favorite menu item, probably the branzino. Our whole branzino. We butterfly, so it's fully deboned, and then we cook it in our pizza oven with a caper and oregano honey sauce. So it's like we take garlic and let it sit for 3 months. And it's a very intricate sauce and process, but the fish itself is very simple and very clean.
Do you debone it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
nice. So it's very easy to eat at the table. I feel like with the whole fish, a lot of people are always like they shy away because of
They do,
bone.
But that's also like a experience. Like we go down to Tarpon Springs every year, and it's Greek. There's a big Greek, and then we get the
they bone at tableside. Yeah, I still love that stuff. Like when I go to those old school spots, like sometimes those old dining, like theatrics, they're still fun to see and be a part of and experience.
What's your favorite menu item on here?
Okay, so I really like the short rib pappardelle.
Yeah.
That's how you say it. Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, so short rib. What Italian
Short rib pappardelle, yeah.
So that one we cook it. The pasta itself is in a truffle cream. Then the short rib, we cook them for about 12 hours, slow cooked, braised, and then just simply put on top of the pasta, and it's by far been like a fan favorite. That a kale Caesar.
Yeah.
The kale Caesar is like, those are some items that my friends and like my mom's just like, you never are allowed to take that off your menu.
In fact, Hisham and I did Fox 2 for a taste of Dearborn.
Yeah, that was the item we took.
And then you took that, and you said, I'll bring it. They wanted the recipe, and he's like, but I cannot tell you the dressing. because my mother would kill me, right? So there's no one's learning the dressing. Yeah. You can't know that. And I thought that was really cute. Like you cannot give away the secrets. Not that secret anyway. So Hanan, how have you seen the halal food scene change in Metro Detroit? Because I know, like, it's on the menu. It'll say on the menu if it's halal.
Absolutely.
But how has it changed? Is it getting more prevalent? Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Are you seeing it being more important?
So it is more important nowadays. Everywhere I go, I'm like seeing like they have halal options. Like
Wonderful.
if you go to like fancy dining places in Detroit, they all have the Creekstone halal. I went to a Chinese buffet yesterday. They all carry chicken and beef that's halal.
See, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing, and I'm excited for it because I really love the different cuisines. So it's not limiting us to just like Middle Eastern food.
Of course. So Metro Detroit is getting smart because they're opening that up for a whole bunch of customers, right? So Hisham, what are your dreams for this restaurant within the next few years? Does it have anything to do with the restaurant? Are you seeing something outside of the restaurant? Where do you see yourself in a few years? What are you working towards?
Well, within the restaurant, I think kind of trending how we are now, becoming like we want it to be like a regular neighborhood pasta joint with, some nice items. We were when we first opened, I feel like it was more special occasion.
Okay.
But we wanted to, like I said, we wanted to dial back and be a little more casual, be open for everybody, to come in and have a nice meal, not necessarily like stop your day,
Got it.
So, and I think more and more people, are like understanding that, which is good. I think some of the most common questions, like my parents still get about the restaurants.
Yeah.
Do we need reservations? Is there a dress code?
Yeah.
And neither one of those is enforced.
Okay.
And reservations, it just depends on the day. But like I said, we want to be a place that you can just stop in and have a nice meal and go on with your day. So that's like
I like that.
those are my goals for the restaurant, is to kind of be more and more part of the community as we go
Okay.
on.
And people to know and come in and just come in after a day of work. And but you do special events, right? So you can book special events.
Yeah,
here?
we do special events all the time. There's different things that's like baby showers, or like the other day we had a group of golfers from the Live tournament who came here and just wanted a private restaurant to eat at. After the tournament, so we were open for them. We've hosted like the Hutchinsons before,
That's cool.
there's a bunch of different stuff we do, and then we've been doing some events. I've been cooking some Middle Eastern food, so that's something.
That's neat.
Yeah, that's something that I think just being in Dearborn, I've like in a weird way, it makes me want to cook it.
Sure.
Just eat when I go out to eat and trying it. Then I come back here, and then the next day I'm like, let me try making this. And
That's cool. Shoot, you could do like I don't know, have Middle Eastern and Italian.
yeah, well, like with our menu, there's some influences in it.
I
Like,
was gonna say.
there's certain things that we have like a Senegalese dish on the menu just because it's one of my favorite dishes ever. So like
Explain that to me though. I don't know.
it's our like it's a Senegalese dish called mafe. It's a peanut butter beef stew. And it's
Ooh.
one of my favorite dishes in the world.
See, peanut butter goes with beef.
Yeah,
Does it?
Yeah,
It does.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to try it
It's
because
good.
that makes me a little nervous.
there's a place you got to go to. It's 7 Mile in Greenfield, called Kalahari African cuisine.
Okay.
And the owner's wife, or sorry, his sister only makes 2 dishes a day, so you have to call and ask.
Wow.
It's like
Like, what do you?
the amount of times I call and find that they have the mafe dish on the day I can go eat it. It's like once a year. It just all lines up like where it's an eclipse.
That's so funny.
But yeah, the dish is one of my friends in New York. When I was in culinary school, he's Senegalese. He's like, I want to take you to a Senegalese restaurant in Harlem. I think it'll really inspire you as a cook. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So tried it, loved the dish, and like when we opened, I was just very like Italian.
Yes.
And now we kind of divert away, and like there's like I always say, well, like they can call the Italian police on us, the Italian food police. Like we're gonna break the rules, we're gonna have fun.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, because sometimes when
there
you
are no rules.
right, and when you try to fit in a box with cuisine, it really limits you.
So what interested you in Italian though, like cuisine? Is that like your? I don't want to say your favorite because I'm sure you.
Yeah,
You know, a bunch of like you like you like everything. So
Right.
what got you?
So
here?
a lot of my experience is in Italian cuisine between here and when I was working in like New York City.
Yes.
And then like the way this happened was my business partner Nasser. he owns District 12 and a few other businesses. I think once Andiamo closed a couple years ago, him on his own, he was like, wow, I feel like Dearborn needs an Italian restaurant. And like, I'm not from the area, I'm like from about 20-30 minutes away. So for me, I had no idea of the void or anything like that. But, one day my mother, who's, friends with some of Nasser's friends, she, hey, this guy wants to open an Italian restaurant in Dearborn. I'm like, I don't know. I was like, let me go see. I'm gonna go check it out. And then we obviously had a good conversation because we're here now. And then we had a conversation. He's like, I want to taste your food. Then we had a good tasting as well. And then the rest is history. But him on his own, I don't know for how long in his head he was just probably like, Dearborn's missing an Italian restaurant, so and I agree with it. It was once I came down here and talked to him, I was like, you're right.
Because it's so different than Andiamo here. It's not, that's, it's a franchise, and
I don't want the Vicaris coming after me, so.
Okay. They have good food. They have very good food, and you're right. But this is just a different vibe. We don't want anyone coming after anybody.
When she said earlier, this is much better than Andiamo, I'm like, fuck, I'm getting killed later.
Okay. So don't use that. Don't use that. It's okay. It's a different vibe.
Yes.
It's a different vibe. Okay. We don't want anyone getting murdered.
No. It definitely is. In the Midwest, people are used to Italian cuisine just in general. It doesn't matter the name of the restaurant, whatever it is.
Yeah.
In the Midwest, people are used to Italian cuisine in a certain way.
Sure.
I mean, we're more of a meat and potatoes place, just no matter what the cuisine.
Absolutely.
So we want big portions, starch, protein, all that.
Yep.
But it's nice because I think when we first introduced the cuisine, people were not unfamiliar, but it was just like unexpected.
Sure.
I was like, I thought I was gonna get chicken parm and meatballs and stuff. But then slowly, I think everyone's like, wow, I really like this food. And when you kind of come in and just like
you change your menu a lot.
We do.
Okay, that's cool too. So you need to check their website out, right? Is it updated with your
always? Yeah, website or Instagram.
Yeah.
Hanan's Detroit Halal Instagram. You could always find our newer stuff on there.
Honestly, so I don't really listen to any bloggers or or anything except for you, and I love it because there's always a smile. You're always excited. The food always looks great. So you're doing really, really good. So what are you thinking in the future, Hanan? Are you where do you see yourself in a few years?
Okay, in the future I do want to have some sort of business outside of Detroit Halal Eats.
Okay.
I'm like still thinking. There's like a few ideas I have in my mind. So I'm just kind of trying to process everything and kind of figure that out and go from there. But I'm still planning on doing the Detroit Halal Eats for like as long as I can. I even started like traveling to different states and finding halal options.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could just become, this blow off. Really, it could if that's the way you want it to go. But yeah, because it's not just, the Dearborn area. You're all over the place.
Yeah.
That's really cool too, because then you're just not stuck to one city.
When Hanan posts us, you can notice the influx of different, like the different demographics that she brings in. Like I'll text her and be like, hey, these are all Detroit Halal Eats people that came in tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, oh yeah. And then we'll even have people tell us all the time, hey, we saw the video on, we've even had people that come in here, they're regulars or maybe like, not super regulars, but they're like, yeah, we haven't been here in a while. We saw her post, we're like, shoot, let's go down there. So
that's awesome.
I've seen it almost within like the hour of her
Is
posting.
that right?
I swear.
That is
like she'll
cool.
post it at 4:00. By 5, we have a table from her post.
That is so cool. Yeah. You know why? Because you're genuine.
Yes.
Yeah. You're genuine, and and I feel that you're very genuine.
Thank you.
This is the first time that I've met you in person, and you're exactly the same as you are, and it's nice. So there's no air. It's just you love food, and you want to see you let people know about the halal that's out here. You probably have seen someone walking behind us during the podcast, and now we have her sitting with us. Now, this is Zara, and Hisham, you guys are doing a Cafe Tilly. So it's a new kind of event. It's a new thing that you guys are doing what is it, Friday and Saturday?
Yeah, twice a week, Fridays and Saturdays. Okay. We're doing like a little cafe pop-up. I'm doing the drinks.
Okay.
Zara and her company, Prime and Plates. They're doing the bites and all the baked goods. As you see here on the table, we have some sweets, we have some bagels, some breads, and
I mean, look at this.
She could tell you a little more about those with how she likes to bake and her approach to it.
Yes, please. So I'm so happy that you came when we were here doing this because I want to hear all about it. So yeah.
So everything's organic and sourdough. So I try to incorporate sourdough into all my baked goods, my bagels, my cookies, my muffins.
Yeah, is it so good for you, right?
Yeah, it's not healthy.
Mhm.
It's actually very beneficial.
So you have a sourdough
Business.
starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started like baking and cooking when I was like 13 years old.
Okay.
I got it from my mom. My mom's been a culinary chef and she has a passion for cooking.
There we go.
So as I like grew older and it just started to realize like what we eat outside is garbage aside from Tiliani, you know? Like we just go out and we eat like garbage food and then like you notice like your stomach like starts hurting afterwards. You end up like having like
feels clogged.
yeah, you're like foggy and just like groggy all day. So I just realized that I don't want my kid or my family growing up like always feeling like that even just like grabbing food from like the supermarket.
Sure.
It's like if you're looking at the ingredients, why the hell does this bread have unnecessary ingredients like
90.
oils? Yeah, like why does sourdough need this much ingredients? I make it at home. It's like 5, 6 simple ingredients. Yeah, it's time.
Amazing.
Yeah,
It's
like
you.
and water is one of the ingredients. You know.
Oh gosh, what is
so
it?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like such simple stuff and like the incorporations of what you're adding in there. So it's not like you're really adding much. So I'm like, why the heck am I like looking at a loaf of bread that has like 60 to 70 like ingredients and I'm like, that's not healthy. It's like, it's not worth like, I don't know.
That's why I wanted to work with you too. Is just like her approach.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
It marries well
Ours,
together, right?
So yeah, and like
Simple and proud.
because they always say like, well, when they say putting certain fuel in the Ferrari and whatnot, and you hear that and you think it's like you have to eat greens and spinach and all that, but no, you could still have stuff like this, and it's still considered good fuel.
Yeah.
For your body.
So do you have any gluten-free options?
I do. These are actually all gluten free.
Okay, so all the muffins are gluten-free. And what flavors do you have?
So I make like cinnamon crunch muffins, brownie muffins, raspberry white chocolate, banana nut,
Okay.
and chocolate chip.
Okay.
So yeah, just
Yeah, delicious. And then these are bagels?
Yeah.
Okay, and those look delicious. And everything
so
bagel
much.
and cheese and za'atar?
Za'atar, yeah.
See, you say it better.
I try to incorporate also like my breads and my like page and
Yeah.
my business. I try to incorporate like I try to elevate like things that back in the day were just survival for like us for survival, you know, like back in the days.
Like the standard.
Yeah, like the standard, you know, in Lebanon. So I just try to, you know, just incorporate that into our food and elevate it. So that's why I could do this.
Yeah, so it was easy for me to decide to work with her. You know, I think you and your husband came in a couple times as just guests, and then we got to know each other. And I think I put in an order for your chocolate cookies, and I was like, dude, these are nuts.
Are these the ones right here?
I'm not sure if those are the exact.
Because
the
look
same
at that
recipe,
chocolate
but
in
the
there.
same. The ones I had ordered from you were the sourdough chocolate chip cookie, and it was the best chocolate.
Yeah, this is a sourdough. Yeah, it's the same one.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's it was the best I've ever had.
Really,
You know what?
looks amazing.
When I went to do the whole reason I went to the cafe is just offer high quality beverages, coffees and matchas and teas, and
Yeah, so is that what you're offering then? Coffees,
and I wanted to focus just on the drinks, and not have to split my time with the drinks and baked goods, and having somebody who in our neighborhood who's an expert, and I've tasted her stuff. I was like, this is an easy decision.
That's awesome.
And I wouldn't work with anybody else. Honestly, I agree.
Right.
He's the same way. Like we grew up the same way. We have the same passion for food.
Yeah, so like our goals and everything for how we want to feed people, or whether it's their food or beverage, it's the same, and it makes it easy. But yeah, you guys, I don't know if you guys tried any of this yet, but it's some of her stuff is like, it isn't just really good, it's very, very good.
It's good. Yeah, it looks great, and I love that it's pure and there's hardly anything in it. It's really, really good. I did want to ask before we scoot. Tiliani or no, Tiliani. Tiliani. I had it right the first time. I'm sorry, Tiliani. What does that mean?
So it just means Italian in Arabic.
Huh.
That's it. It's very, very literal.
I love it.
The way the name started was Nasser, my business partner, his kids didn't want him to open up any more restaurants because they like wanted more time with their dad.
Oh,
and that's not his main thing isn't restaurants.
Okay.
It's more of a hobby for him.
Well, he does really well.
Yeah.
He's got
And like I was saying earlier, he knew there was a void for Italian. And then he told his kids, "Hey, I'm gonna open up an Italian restaurant." And no, Dad, no, don't do it. And they're like, "What would you even name it? Like, what do you even know about Italian?" And he's like, "Oh, Tiliani," as a joke.
That's
Just
great,
very
though.
literal. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tiliani. They're like, Tiliani, just Italian. And then it caught on, and he, I think before, like, he bought the name like maybe 6 months even before me and him met.
Oh wow.
Then me and him met, and he was like, "Well, I have a name I liked, and if you like it, we'll go with it." And he told me Tiliani, and I'm like, "Okay," and then it grew on to me, and it sounds good. It's catchy, and it's just
Oh, it's
it makes
fantastic.
sense for being in the middle of Dearborn, middle of a Arabic speaking community, serving Italian food, and then I feel like anytime I'm involved in a business or anything, like I just shorten everything to make it easier. So I tell my friends, "Yeah, I'm going to Tilly's," or "I'm going here," So Cafe Tilly started catching on.
He did say he was married to Tilly, and I'm like, "Oh, who's Tilly?" Well, that's a restaurant, right? So, as we close out, can we go from Hanan this way? Let us know how we can find you on social media. What's your handles? And yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Okay, so my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's all Detroit Halal Eats.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, super simple.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So start following her.
Yes.
Okay.
For us, we're on Michigan Avenue and Military, right across from the bank. We just got Toe next to us. There's Bar and Juice. And our Instagram is Tiliani Dearborn. We have Instagram, Facebook, and we also have a Cafe Tilly Instagram.
Okay.
So where you'll find our, a lot of our stuff that has to do with the cafe, the drinks, the posts, Zara's. We collaborate with her on that Instagram too, so you'll be able to see all of our stuff across the board.
Hopefully we'll start doing it like every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, but yeah, those are you can find us on there. Tiliani Dearborn is our main Instagram. That's where the restaurant stuff is always. The dinner menu updates and all that.
Right.
But yeah, those are our few handles that you can always find our news and updates.
So you can find us on Instagram. You can
What's your handle?
Prime and Plate. So yeah, I'm just
Plate.
Prime and Plate, just like Nature Hanan Eats. Like you can find me just do that, and
Okay.
you can message me or email me. I have pulled that information on my Instagram page.
All right, sweet. So you can actually order this for like events to apps and things.
Yeah, and you can also order through like job form also.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know too. One more thing. So obviously you're a chamber member. So thank you so much for being a chamber member. I would like to know, and I'd like you to be able to tell people that are watching, why is it important to become a chamber member? What have we done for you? What is the membership done for you personally?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been a lot of things, but I think the most important one is opening us up to the community. A lot of new faces we've seen here. I know during that event we did a couple months ago,
Taste of Dearborn.
Dearborn. I think almost everybody that came in here hadn't been here before.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was like I said, there's a long list of awesome things you guys do for us, but I think that one is the most impactful, monumental by far. Bringing in new faces and just, like I said, broadening our reach to the community.
Absolutely, and that is what we're here to do, is to bring new customers to your door. So hopefully they came in and said, "Oh my goodness, I have to come back." So because I'm coming back for my anniversary because it's so good. So well, thank you so much, guys. Let's eat.
Yeah.
All right.